Okay, I'm going to do the translation on ceremonial dances. I'm going to talk about those drums that we have in the Mille area. We have 11 drums, ceremonial drums, within the reservation. And every spring and every fall we have our dances. So every weekend from April, May, June, we have our ceremonial dances, and then the fall in October, we start up again. The first week in October goes until November and into December. And with each of these drums, there are a huge offering of tobacco, food, blankets, money, that go out every weekend from these dances to those manidug, those powers that we rely on as a people. And you take a look at for example, that the pile of blankets that are brought in on the ceremonial day was quite high. And those are broken up into smaller bundles, but those are the ones that are offered up to the Manidu to help our people on the reservation. And I have always said, and others have always said, that's why things have been going so good for our reservation in Mille. They've been successful. They're branching out, diversifying their businesses and way to bring in revenue into the reservation. They seem to have a much more working relationship within the tribal government itself. And I really believe that all of those offerings have collect each fall and each spring where those Manidug sit. So they are bound, those Manidug are bound to turn around and help us as a people. And I think that's where the success of the Mille Reservation has come about, because of those huge amounts of offerings that go out. But like I said, we have 11 drums, ceremonial drums, on the reservation. I'm going to talk about each type, the different varieties of drums we have there. One of them is they call the dewe'igan, the thunder being drum. I wanted to talk about the origin of that. My auntie, Julie Shingaby, is the one that told me about the origin of these particular type of drums. Her name was Amikwagabuikwe, and she talked about this old man. He was, I suppose, when he was younger, he was in prison. And while he was in prison, that's where those Manidug showed up and gave him all the teachings that go with these particular drums, these thunder being drums, and also the songs that go with the drum. And his name was Wasigwan. I don't recall what his English name was. And when he got out of prison, that's where he shared all this information that he was given by those Manidug. So that's where those dewe'igan came from. Then one of the other drums we have is known as the ladies' drum, dewe'igan. That one originated out in Dakota country, out in Sisterton. It was a woman that was taught all the songs and all the ceremonies that go with these ladies' drums. And she's known as Wanikwe, some places Wanikwe. The Dakota people were under attack by the Chumukaman soldiers, cavalry, And while they were under attack, this Sioux woman hid in the lake. And she submerged herself, and I believe she had a reed that she was able to breathe through. And while she was hiding under water, that is when those Manitou came to her and gave and offered her help. And the Manitou told her, to come out of the water, and told her to go and eat with the soldiers that were not nearby. And that Manitou told her, that power told her, don't worry, they will not see you. You'll be protected, so just go eat with them. And that's what she did. And after that, that's when she was given all the teachings that go with this particular style of drum. And it was just recently, maybe in the last 5 years or so, that we went out to that lake. It was located near Siston, and we had some Lakota people out there that took us out and to that particular lake where that Sioux woman was given the teachings of this drum. So that's one of them that we have here. It's a dewe'igan. And that was a Boanikwe that was given all these teachings, and in time, this drum was given to us as a Ojibwe people. And then there was also the Sioux drum, the dewe'igan. That was also another one that was given to us. At one time, we were fighting with the Dakota, and I believe they were told to offer those drums to us as a peace offering, and that and soon after they quit their fighting with each other, and we have a lot of those dewe'igan, those particular style of drums here. In Mille Lacs, there's several. The drum has a red and blue top on it. And then down the middle, you have a yellow strip. And that's a style of drum that I take care of along with Amikogabo, Larry Smallwood. We have our dances every fall and spring. So these are the drums that we were given as a people. They came, the money to paved the way for these drums to come to our communities and to help us. And what upsets me now today is that a lot of our people go to these show powwows, which have absolutely no spiritual meaning or no spiritual depth like these ceremonial drums that we're given. See, for a long time we had to go underground with a lot of our ceremonies because the white man just didn't approve and wanted us to abandon all of our ceremonies, our language, everything. And our people went underground and used these drums and had their dances. And we weren't allowed. Those were the ones that were given. So when it comes to the show powwows, what I believe and where those came from, this was something that came about to please and to pleasure the Chimukuman, or the white man. Back in time, they had the Wild Bill Hickok show, where they traveled the country and put on shows. And that's where the white men allowed our Anishinaabe people, our Indian people, to come in and dressed them up with feathers and all that good stuff to entertain them. And That's where those show powwows came from. And we have them today when a lot of our people go to those show powwows not realizing the origin of those. And they don't go to those dances or ceremonial dances we have where we're using these particular drums. There's so many people that go to those powwows and they talk, like, for example, they'll talk about their grand entries and brag about how many number of dancers they had. People coming, our Anishinaabe people coming in, participating in those show powwows. Also, they will talk about number of dances, also number of people who are attending there. So it upsets me that a lot of our people are going to those and ignoring those drums, those ceremonial drums that we were given as a people. And sometimes I get supercharged, upset. But that's all I want to say about the drums for now.